Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl.
Yeah. You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
It was different, obviously. You can hear, well, you just can hear so much more relative to the game. Players on both sides of the ball, obviously different than what you're used to, and yet that's just the way it's going to be here for a while. So I think once the game got going, you kind of focused on the task at hand.
Hey, Sean, what's your assessment of the team's overall performance tonight?
Look, I thought,
and that's what it is, man. You know, but who that to the beautiful black and gold family members in the live stream? Who that to you and Yearns on this fantastic after the Sunday win? Like that old evil man. Like old Tommy Davis was doing Martin back in the days. Anyway, family, who that to the great black and gold family members in the live stream? Good to see y'all in the chat. Who that to the black and gold family members chiming in on this edition of the Sports Coma? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q, and this is the Great Saint Think Tank, also known as the Sports Coma, the best of the black and gold Who Dat Nation, baby. So if you're new to the stream, please feel free to smack the subscribe button and join the most passionate fans, some of the most passionate fans in the Who Dat Nation. They're in the building. So big ups to the family members chiming in this edition of the Sports Coma. Who that to the black and gold family. Arnold Landry, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat as well. Larry Williams, who that to you? Tramal Keller, who that to you? Shedrick Mosley, who that to you? Young City, who that to you? Uncle Paul, who that to you? Sue Fian, who that to you? Brother Jerry, who that to you? Nola Bars, who that to you? Ethan McGee, who that to you? Ethan, good to see you in the stream, bro. JT, who that to you? JT. Lee Wood, chiming in all the way from the Philippines, and Sue Fian chiming all the way in from Paris in the building. Good to see our international family members in the stream. Kenny Sutton, who that to you? David Flores, thank you, David, for joining and becoming a pro star. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Brock Pace, who that to you? And the rest of the family members chiming in. Hindi and Newton, who that to you, family? Good to see you in the chat. William Dickerson, who that to you? Gundam, what up, Gundam? Good to see you, bro. Who that to you as well? Marvin Norman, who that to you? Daryl Hatcher, who that to you? Thank you for the super chat. Strucid God, that's my son, showing love, man. You got to be doing something right in the world when your children get behind what you're doing, man, and they show love, man. So much love to my little boy, man, for the super chat. Thank you. Much love to you, son. Troll Blewett, who that to you? Sat Scott, who that to you? And the rest of the fat. Tory Shepard Sr., what up, Tory? Good to see you, brother, in the chat as well. Big ups to you, fam. Who Dat Nation for life. What up, family? Good to see you as well. Who that to you, brother? Appreciate you joining us here. James Van Court, good to see you in the chat, James. Who that to you? Ramsey, who that to you? Lori Hackler, good to see you, Lori. Who that, baby? Tragic 504, what up, fam? Good to see you. Match Prime, who that to you, family? Good to see you in the chat as well. Who that to all the beautiful black and gold family members chiming in this edition of the Sports Coma. I wanted to come at you guys a little earlier today, as opposed to coming at you late. Of course, we're going to go over some statistics from the game. Abraham, who that to you? Good to see Abraham in the building as well. Big ups to the family members. Please strike upon the like button, family, as we get going in this current live stream. And what's interesting about it, fam, is that what I was looking at yesterday, you know, it was a great game. DJ, who that to you as well? Who that to you? Devin, who that? Good to see you, Devin. Devin C in the building as well. Who that to you? And what's great about the win yesterday is the fact that the Saints smacked down the Bucs by 10. Over 10, actually, double-figured win. Should have been a 40-burger. The referees, of course, pulled the statistic down, the touchdown down. But remember, they was doing that all last year, pulling touchdowns off the board, and they're going to continue the trend. They just letting you know that the game didn't mean nothing, but we're not going to give you anything. We'll continue to pull stuff down. And you heard old Coach Payton said about it. We can't control that stuff with the calls and all that. You got to play above the referees. You got to play above them. You got to eliminate the referees out of the equation by playing mistake-free football. Now, every now and again, you get hit for something. But listen, if you do your very best and you play to your strengths, you will be able to hammer these teams 8 ways from Tuesday. And I appreciate how they are. Kelvin 14, who that to you as well. Good to see you in there.
So in this edition, man, we're going to jump into the live stream and we're going to cover some news. I started the broadcast with Coach Payton's post game from yesterday. Didn't get an opportunity. Yesterday was a 4-hour stream, I think a 4.5-hour stream. I didn't want to push it into the 5 parameter by playing some of the interviews from the post game. But I decided just to do a show today when we do today's broadcast to play some of those interviews from yesterday and share some highs on that. With Sean Payton sounds all correct. He's took full blame on how the offense kind of looked terrible out of the gate. Even though he looks at the tape, there are a lot of pluses more than minuses when old Coach Payton takes a look at the tape. You know, we've seen the game and we're able to look at it and see there's a lot of pluses because we as an organization, as a family base, were waiting for the Saints to dedicate themselves to the rushing attack, in which they did because they were having difficulties throwing the rock. But they committed to 15 carries for Latavius Murray yesterday, which was phenomenal in my opinion. Even though he didn't gather but 50 yards, but notice how the offense got out of spots when it went to that formula. So a lot of interesting stuff. We'll cover that. Today we'll talk about the article dealing with Mike's high ankle sprain. We'll cover that as well. We'll break that down as well. I have Drew Brees chimed up. We're going to play a little Drew momentarily before we get into the news and notes of today. Then I'm going to play several interviews from the national press. And I hear all the family members. Who that to you, Revolt? Good to see you. Restoring Hope 365. Good to see you, family. He says, it's us versus them, Q. We have to hang together as a whole, as a Who Dat family, and keep up the good work, my brother. Thank you. Restoring Hope 365. And let me tell you, bro, you're doing a great job because you're doing what your namesake is saying. You're definitely restoring hope. Because here in the Black and Gold Nation, man, in the Who Dat Nation, and in the Great Saint Think Tank in particular, to keep it real with you, my brother, is that you are right. It is us against them. But you know what I like to show, and I made a promise of this past season is, you know, and the family members know, is that anytime they come at us some kind of way, I ain't letting them make it no more. And that's because of my critique. I've ratcheted up my critique, and I've always been a hard critiquer of our coaching staff or whatnot. I just tell it like it is, you know. But when it comes down to the national press and what they're doing, I got to hit you 8 ways from Tuesday because I'm not going to let you make it anymore. And besides, I like to show the ridiculous amounts of favoritism and straight up bias toward everybody that's not the Saints. And listen, I'm going to show you proof, and most of you already know that, but it's good to document it for the show. I'm documenting it for the show in one show so I can show everybody, and then we can spin this back whenever you need to show people. Say, oh, nobody ain't looking at the Saints. How this Mockingbird old media ass operations are. They run off the same bullshit talking points over and over again. Excuse my French, Portuguese, and Spanish, and also Polynesian. Because the reality at the end of the day is that you're absolutely right, my brother. Thank you for that. Is that us as Saints fans have to understand that. And I'm going to play it today. And I'm going to show you, you had a really good win yesterday, despite the coach coming out saying we struggled offensively, but you won as a team. You won as a team. The defense stopped the run and attack, and not only did they stop the run attack, they forced Tom Brady and gave him looks that he wasn't comfortable with. Got 2 interceptions. One was a pick-6 return, and all this stuff about how Jameis Winston looked and how terrible Jameis Winston with 3rd interceptions. This some gun turn around and hit 2 interceptions in the opener. Oh yeah, you got something real good. Now get me wrong. I like Tom Brady. I like how he's done it. He's a winner, and I like those winning principles. But the reality is, those were his faults, by the way. That wasn't the fault of his young wide receivers. Bruce Arians said it in the press conference, those were the faults of Tom Brady. He made the fault and threw the ball to Marcus Williams. It wasn't supposed to go in that direction. And Evans actually ran the correct route. And the same thing with the other one where he stared down the wide receiver and Janoris just picked him off. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. He played pathetically, and he should be lambasted or said that he played pathetically, but we're going to uncan it. But that's not the point that I want to hit upon. I want to hit upon the fact that the Saints also came into this game without a preseason, also had players that had to get acclimated to the system, also struggled offensively at first to turn in what Tampa Bay's defense was setting on and doing what they had to do. But the Saints made the adjustments and won the goddamn game by double digits. It wasn't close, by the way. It was supposed to be a 40-burger yesterday in the dome, but the referees helped them out by taking a touchdown off the board that should have been left because it was too damn close to call. You know, I'm not going to get it twisted and I'm not going to get fired up. I'll wait to some of these interviews and then I'll get fired up. And then toward the back end, in the second hour, I'm going to bring in DC, who will have some analyzation to bring to this. And he's one of Colb's of the Pelican post-game report. He wanted to chime in the second hour. We'll bring DC in for his commentary as well. And then, of course, this will be a jam-packed show. We'll go over the news and we'll go over a few more things as well as we keep it rolling. So who there to the rest of the family members, please hit the like button. Do me that service. Do me that favor. Hit the like button for me. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe and join the Great Saint Think Tank today. So who there to the rest of the Black and Gold family members? I see you, Revolt. Who there to you as well? And the rest of the family members. Jeremiah Smith, I see you, Jeremiah. Who there to you as well, my brother? Appreciate you in the chat. Also, Fred Savage. I see you, Fred. Who there to you, brother? And welcome to the Great Saint Think Tank. So without further ado, smack upon the like button, family, as we take this journey. And like I said, this is going to be a 3-4 hour show. So get something to drink, buckle your damn seat belts, because we in for a roller coaster ride today on this fantastic Monday. Listen up, I'm telling you something. All right, here we go, family. We're going to bounce back to the interviews. And we're going to cue up Drew Brees. We got him set to get on next to talk about his feelings about the win over Tampa. So here's Drew.
Drew, you've played in a lot of games in the Superdome. What was that like out there? How different was it?
Man, it was different. I'm not going to lie. You know, you run out and obviously you're used to just the energy and the emotion in the dome. You know, the fans, obviously with each and every play, you know, you're waiting for that fan reaction, right? That big cheer on a big offensive play or a big defensive stop or special teams play or whatever it might be. And, you know, obviously, you know, they play stand up and get crunk, and it was only at 75 decibels. And then, you know, having to take away so many of their good targets when you got, you know, Gronkowski and you got Evans and Godwin, you know. And so, and then at the end of the day, you know, the takeaways are the trump card. And so Marcus, I mean, he's been doing that since he got in the league. You know, arguably one of the best free safeties in the game. And then Janoris Jenkins, for him to do one of our defensive goals. You know, our defensive goal is to break the touchdown record. And so he started us off right. You know, and so I think now we got to get like 9 more to tie or something like that. And so for him to make that play, that's what he does, man. I think he moved up like top 10 all time for defensive touchdowns, which he's in great company. And so it's nothing new to him. And so we just got so many great players and great coaching. So it's our job to go out and put in, you know, stop performance.